At Nissan of Silsbee, did you know that we have a complete service department? Whether you need detailed mechanical work or just a $12.95 oil change, we can handle it for you. And we rent new Nissans. And we rent to everybody. Get a 3-day weekend for just $99 or rent it longer.
And of course we sell. Get a 2011 Nissan Altima for just $199 per month or get a great deal on a certified pre-owned vehicle.
But best of all, at Nissan of Silsbee, we're making deals the Silsbee way.
j.p.white SportsSpeak Sports Talk Show, where we talk about sports. We talk about a few other things, including the Brad Ghost, and happy to have Doc Emmett E.J. Duvail, Clock Doc, right?
Clock Doc, that's it.
Is that really your title?
Not really, you can just call me EJ.
Yeah, you got a degree on that?
A degree? No, no degrees.
Well, how are you going to be a doc without a degree?
Well, I fix clocks.
Fix clocks. I got a sneaking feeling you're going to tell me about a good one. I heard a little bit about it. I'm going to know about that after a while. But you do something with clocks.
I do.
Tell me about it, Doc.
I repair clocks. That was what I went into after I got out of the office machine business for 21 years. I repaired typewriters all around this area. And I did that for 21 years. And, of course, technology cost me my job. I was trained on the old mechanical, old-timey typewriters, calculators, copiers. So after that ended, I thought, what can I do? And clocks were my hobby at that time, up until that time. So I just kind of took what I knew and I started a little business, EJ's Clocks, etc. I kept the etc. because I still worked on the old typewriters that nobody else could, because I was the only one in the area that worked on mechanical typewriters. So a lot of my customers from E-Tex looked me up to fix their old typewriters. And then now I might work on a typewriter once or twice a year. It just depends. But my main profession is a clockmaker.
You didn't go to school and get a degree to work on a clock, huh?
I learned on my kitchen table.
There you go. Hey, listen, how about this? I think, I'm kind of guessing, but is it the San Jacinto something clock?
Yes.
Tell me your story on that now. I know there's something there.
Well, the San Jacinto building, downtown Beaumont, has a clock tower, and there's a E. Howard clock, mechanical clock, that is up in that building, and it was torn up. It was torn up by the Hurricane Umberto, I believe it was. It blew the windows in, blew the dial in, and rusted the clock all up. Well, they called me to go look at it, and I went up there and looked at it, and I submitted them a bid, and they accepted it. So I started tearing it down, took it all apart, brought it to my house, cleaned it, sandblasted it, had bushings made, just a complete restore, repainted it, everything. Then I carried it back up there and put it back together, fired it up. The clock ran, but the dials wouldn't work once you engage the gears that turn the hands. So that was another job that I had to do. And after I got that done, had it all up and running, had a few little minor problems with it, go up there and adjust it, and it was running good until the night of Ike. And Ike come through and messed it up again, ripped the hands off of it. That's why at nighttime sometimes on the 6 o'clock news or 10 o'clock news, Channel 6 will show that clock from one of their cameras that they have, and it's never right. But people don't know that the storm tore it up. Some of them know that I repaired it, and they wonder why it's not working. Well, that's why. It's because Ike tore it up. And it's going to cost a lot of money and time to repair it correctly. All the hands have to be remade, and it's very expensive. And I'm not capable of doing it again. It was a hard job to do.
Pretty hard job, just climb up to it, wasn't it?
Climbing up to it, yes.
How'd you get up there?
Well, you take the elevator to the 15th floor, and then you walk up 2 flights of stairs, and then you walk up another flight of stairs just about at a 45-degree angle. Then you go through a little doorway, and then you're up in the tower room. And I had to do that every day. Then I had to take the clock apart and carry it down.
Pretty heavy pieces,
Yes,
weren't they?
cast iron, yes. Because this clock was manufactured probably in the early 1900s. And it's still, the clock runs today. It just doesn't power the hands. They're disengaged.
Are there 2 sides or 3 or 4 sides, or is it just one side?
Four dials.
All 4 sides
and there's
under the top.
From the bottom of the dial to the top of the dial is 16.5 feet.
Oh.
You wouldn't realize it standing down on the ground looking at it.
How high do you know? How high is the building? Do you know?
I don't remember the footage. I'm sure you could find it on the internet. There was a young man in Beaumont that did a story on it, and it's on the internet on YouTube. But it's way up there, and I had to hang out of the windows, well, the glass dial, to remove the hands, which the minute hand is 8 foot or better tall.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Well, then handling the thing, you
Yeah.
got it off trying to...
I know.
I
I had to tie a rope around myself, and my friend was inside holding on to me. I was on a 8 foot, 9 foot ladder, and then I had to tie a rope around the hand of the clock as I pulled it off, and then hold it, and then we had to pull it in, and then do that on all four dials.
Oh, what are the kind of clock there? Howard, is that a good brand?
Howard Miller, yes. Howard Miller is the #1 clock manufacturer in the world. I've been to the factory.
Where is it?
In Michigan, Zeeland, Michigan.
Michigan?
Michigan.
Okay.
Zeeland, Michigan.
Zeeland.
Zeeland.
Never heard of that, but that's somewhere.
It's just a little community. Their neighboring community is Holland, Michigan. It's just little small towns, but that's where they're manufactured. And I was privileged to go to the factory and watch them make them from the raw lumber to the completed clock.
Oh,
And then I was trained. I did have a little training. I did go to it was a 2-day seminar, but I knew. I mean,
you knew what they were telling
when they told us to take it apart, I took it apart and put it back together. And the lights went out. It was a funny thing because the lights, they lost power in the room, and I just pulled out my cell phone, turned on the light, and finished putting mine back together. So, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was something. It was a good experience. It was something I always wanted to do because I had sold Howard Miller clocks for years, and I had been servicing them for many years. So it was good to see how it was all done, all put together.
E.J. Duvail, the clock man, and where you live now?
I live in Silsbee on TikTok Lane.
TikTok Lane. I wonder how they came up with that name.
Well, that's another story. I could tell you that story too, but we only have a limited time. But I'm retired. I had a storefront, but then after my heart surgery, I had to shut that down. But I still needed something to do. I love what I do, and there's broken clocks all over the world, and I wish I could fix them all. But People find me. A lot of people think I died. A lot of them think I've had, left the area. But when their clock breaks, they start asking around, and somebody says, "Oh yeah, he's there." And they Google me, they find me every day. I mean, I've had 3 phone calls today. People saying, "Is this the clock man?" And I say, "Yes, ma'am." And they find me. And you know yourself, when you want something and you want it fixed or you want something done, you find a way. And I don't advertise. I don't need to. If I did, I wouldn't have time to sit here and talk to you.
We wouldn't want to miss that.
That's right.
In the world.
That's right. I enjoy talking to you, JP.
Thank you. All right, j.p.white, SportsSpeak Sports, where we talk sports and a few other things, including clocks and the Bragg Ghost. J.P. White now. See you with another edition later.
Kent's Collision Center, 1520 Highway 96 bypass in Silsbee. We take the dents out of accidents. Kent's Collision Center, specializing in insurance collision repair. Locally owned and operated. Over 19 years in business in Southeast Texas. Kent's Collision Center, open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. Call them at 385-3755. Kent's Collision Center, we check it and recheck it. Kent's Collision Center, 1520 Highway 96 bypass Silsbee. We take the dents out of accidents. Mitchell Sawn Supply in Evadale, Highway 96 South. 36 years of professional service and superior work. Mitchell Sawn Supply, your certified steel dealer with a full line of steel parts and accessories. No job's too big or too small. They've got tools for everything. Mitchell Sawn Supply, open Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. till 5:30, Saturday, 7 till noon. Be sure to check out their line of guns and their complete gun shop, as well as all the ammunition you'll need for whatever you're hunting. Mitchell Sawn Supply, Evadale.